Hi, it's Xenos here, and I have not done a video in a long while. And needless to say, there's just been a lot of stuff that happened in the recent months, so yeah, and I just got busy, and I was busy, and I wasn't, like, you know, I wasn't in the headspace or mood, whatever the fuck, I wasn't here, but so let's get back into it. I just reset these cards, and let's start shuffling. And I'm really just hoping, like, whatever happens in this reading, whatever messages, if it doesn't vibe with you, it just doesn't vibe, and whatever will be for you. So, if something doesn't fit, don't force it. This reading is just to help you or guide you through whatever situation you are in. And if you think that it's just predetermined one future or whatever, that's not the intent of this reading, because energies can change, so can people, etc., etc. Give me one moment. Let him out. He'll be back whenever he comes back. So let's get started with your reading. And I lost my glasses, so I just can't see worth a damn thing. Let's go with your reading. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Already starting off with the reversal. There's too many cards, but I'm gonna read them out. Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Before we move any forward, before we move forward, these are your cards that fell out in, like, but when I fell out, they just popped over, in distant lights. So, and I'm gonna use these as clarification for this card, because that's what I'm getting. With the Knight of Pentacles, Lilahel, the praiseworthy God, light of understanding, acquires knowledge and cures illness. Seeing as it's upside down, I feel like there's been a dip, financially wise, and I feel like it's really getting to you. And seeing the Six of Cups in the Celia, I don't know how to pronounce that. God who stirs all men. Motivation, lift those up who are fallen and humiliated. I'm seeing, like, I can't see, but sorry. Anyway, you're going through. We're trying to get out of this dark. Let's say dark night of the soul. And the light is kind of dimmed for you at this moment. And I feel like with the Page of Swords, it has a lot to do with the image that you see yourself as. You see, I can get these cards right. Hahaya? Hahaya? I don't know how to pronounce that either. I hope that's right. But you see how this angel is looking at the picture and mouth tied and the sword is down. I feel like you're in this mode of just having everything You feel as though everything is not as it should be, especially when it comes to your self-image and speaking your truth and your mental fortitude. And a lot of that has to do with this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like the dip in the finances, and it raised a lot of insecurities within yourself and how you are moving forward. With the Six of Cups, I feel like you're marching to the beat of your own horn, or I would say drum, but Celia has horns, so I'm gonna say horn. But you're playing your own tune, and you feel as though around you is not in the moment a good feeling, I should say. And you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, so that's two pentacles in reverse. With the Queen specifically, I feel Mabaya, the eternal God, intellectual lucidity, provides counsel and compensations. So I feel like this has a lot to do with where you were at one point in time. Stop. Okay, girl. Okay, so this has a lot to do with, I just realized her wings aren't angel wings. That's interesting. Her wings aren't angel wings. Hold on, he's back. But yeah, I realized her wings aren't angel wings and are in fact demon wings. And that's interesting, especially because she's pointing out and shushing, you know, and it was in reverse, so it's like going towards Hahaya. You see that? So I think, but that's interesting how she's pointing at and kind of shushing the Page of Swords. Maybe these are your cards. I'm like getting way too detailed in these. Okay, anyway. But you see how she's pointing out and shushing the Page of Swords. And I feel like this probably has to do with a feminine figure, or maybe even yourself for some messages I'm getting. It's like I'm getting a message like when I was talking about yourself. It's like you're toning yourself down from reaching this image that you see for yourself. And it's like you're keeping quiet and kind of minimizing, I would say. That's interesting. But I definitely see, like, you're minimizing yourself. And I feel like the horns are symbolizing the time for you to move on from whatever this situationship or whatever this feeling and minimizing effect you have for yourself. And all it takes is for you to climb out of this darkness that you feel that you have no way out of. And it's like, I'm getting like the sense of like breaking a chain, in a sense. And the chain could also symbolize the cloth that's around Hahaya's neck, mouth. And that really says a lot. So I'm gonna pull some more. Strength. Hakamiya, the raising god. Loyalty, delivery from those who seek oppression brings victory. So, like I said about the chains, like you're trying to free yourself, but you feel as though you can't. And I think a lot of it has to do with your own ideals for yourself. And you know that you can rise above this, but there's a part of you that feels as though you're not able to, either because you feel as though you're weak or you're not strong enough. And this actually is interesting because I remember on TikTok, there was this page of this girl, and in her bio, she was like, there's nothing wrong with being weak, but staying weak is. And I think that's an interesting quote for this. Strength card, that is. The world, okay. Damabia, the source of wisdom, fountain of wisdom, gives success in all ventures. So there's something that you need to put out, or I wouldn't say need to, but you're aching to put out, but you're nervous about starting the process or doing it or showing your talents. And this is also interesting because I remember on Instagram there was this reel of this guy who was talking about his art, or something that his grandpa said, I think, or his mom, I can't remember exactly, but he was like, there's something that you are gifted at and you can put it out there and show the world, or you can stay stuck in fear. And I'm just kind of quoting, this isn't the exact words, but this is what I got from it. But he was like, your story can help others, and by not showing what you the gifts that you possess and whatnot, you're not showing your story or your authenticity or all of the above. And by not doing that, your success story could become somebody else's guide or help them in some way. And by not showing your story or doing this success story, you're minimizing and limiting yourself from doing it. Two cards fell out, but they were not. Ten of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Part of me wants to keep these, but the other part is like they turned over. So they're not going to stay in power, but I am going to read from them, you know. But the Ten of Cups is in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles is upright. So I feel like you have a lot of worry about your finances, or even building a family, or probably a family situation. And the Five of Pentacles is you're walking away from the Ten of Cups. And that's interesting. Okay, so the card number for the Ten of Cups is 71, and the Five of Pentacles card number is 7. And you're walking away from this Ten of Cups. Like, the Ten of Cups is about fulfillment, especially when it comes to a relationship matter, either family, love, friendship, etc. But you're walking away from that, and it's going into the the Five of Pentacles, and you're searching for something else. And I'm gonna hold these cards out for now. I know I said when to put them in, but you know, you got the Seven of Swords in reverse. God nurturing and maintaining everything. Knowledge of good and evil appeases divine anger, cures epilepsy. I don't believe that, but anyway, knowledge of good and evil. And but definitely I think that it has a lot to do with how you're presenting and maintaining yourself, especially when it comes for or maybe you're walking away from a situation that is not nurturing enough for you, and you're choosing to walk towards something else. And maybe you don't have the fulfillingness right now, but you know that it's coming. And you're choosing, I always say that it's better to choose yourself over whatever is not bringing you happiness. And that's like in certain situations, because if I know I have duties, it's like my pets and maintaining my HRT and all that junk. Those are responsibilities, but they are responsibilities that I enjoy. When it comes to the responsibilities of other people that I do not need to take responsibility for, that's something that I am able to walk away from, because I am always going to be responsible for myself unless I have somebody or something that I need to be responsible for. And I would choose myself before I choose to take responsibility for someone else, because they are unable to do that for themselves. And that's just how I see it. Because my happiness, it lies within nurturing something that nurtures me back. Okay. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. See, like five or six cards fell out, and only 2 remained upright. So I'm gonna keep these. You have the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. God, the pleasures of man's children. Iyal. Transformation gives consolation in adversity. 9 of Wands, Hahasya. God, the impenetrable secret. Universal medicine elevates the soul and the revelation of mysteries. Okay. Let me show you them before yeah. So, that is very interesting. So, I'm getting the sense that you feel as though you're pouring into something that is not for you, actually. And it's like nothing is coming out of this bottle, so you're just dead ass getting nothing. Or you, like, yeah, I'm getting the sense of, you see those, they're not, are they wreaths? I don't think they are, but those are definitely leaves or some type of crown made of leaves. But think of those as like goals, like basketball goals or a bucket. And this Eight of Cups is pouring literally nothing into those. So you're not getting the nutrients that you crave. And I'm coming back to this Page of Swords. This also has a lot to do with communication and clear, concise speaking, or just clear and concise words and such. And if you feel as though you're pouring into something that doesn't pour back, I would say it's best to just walk away from that situation. Like we were talking about earlier, I don't remember what cards those were. That's 71 and 7. You can choose to walk away from this situation, but keeping yourself bound is going to keep you stuck in that situation. And you have the 9 of Swords on the back. I'm not getting anything from this, but maybe y'all will. Get me one more card. The Devil. In reverse. Yes, Samael. Yeah. So, the severity of God, seduction and downfall, communicates with the dead, teaches the occult and magic. So you could be into, like what I do, tarot or the occult, or learning about different deities or gods, goddesses, and whatnot, or studying of religion, or mythical creatures, or stuff like that. But you could be into you could be into stuff like that. And yeah, okay. So, Samael, Lucifer, the devil, whatever the hell, he has those wings, and you have the Queen of Pentacles who has the same type of wings. But I'm getting a lot of the sense that it has to do with being tied down. And my aspect on heaven and hell are different from how the Christian Bible would describe them, or how Christians would describe them, actually, because the Bible is like something else. They get Christianity is derived from it, but Christian people have a different entire aspect on how things are supposed to be. There's like black and white, But how I see is hell is a place where you feel guilt for whatever you committed. And you can say that, no, like, bad people don't feel guilt. They do. They feel guilty for everything they did. And even if they don't feel guilty, that guilt is still on them, no matter what. So if you're worried about past people or things that have done you harm coming back, there is nothing you need to do to worry about. You don't need to worry about that. Like, you're not in that place anymore. You're protected. You're not even around them anymore. I hope not, but if you're not around them, then there's no need to worry about them coming back, because you are going to always be protected. You left for a reason. You're not there for a reason. You're not in this position for a reason. And even then, you have the Five of Swords. Okay. The highest being, Iahel, desire to know the acquisition of wisdom. See, you see how he's just pointing like, I'm trying to go here. Like, you're not even staying stuck, you know? You're moving on. You're moving forward. You don't have to worry about anything, any past, any past transgressions made against you to come back. And I'm hearing the song Heartbreaker by Marina and the Diamonds. How to be a heartbreaker. I don't know why that's coming up so suddenly. Okay, it's these lyrics specifically. How to be a heartbreaker. Boys stay like a little danger. Can't catch me falling for a stranger, a player. Sing la 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 la. I think that's literally the chorus though. But I don't know, you know, I don't I don't know if I said it all right for sure. I didn't want to sing it because I didn't want to get shit wrong, but that's the song that's coming out. You have the Ace of Wands. Umayo, the patient god. Fertility and multiplication, protects against despair, helps one being patient. So I'm really getting the sense that you have to be patient with where you're going. You can't just rush. Like, you know how that motorcycle was or whatever vehicle that was just zooming by. You heard that little zoom. You can't be impatient and force things to happen. You have to let it come naturally. And even though there's like you feeling bored or unmotivated, you have to pick yourself up. You know that one video of I don't know what the hell was the situation, but this lady was like, stand up, you know? You have to stand up. You have to tell yourself it's going to be all right, and you got to keep moving forward. Like, you can't have somebody else be your motivation. You have to motivate yourself. And specifically, thought comes from, if you've ever seen Teen Wolf, you've seen how Melissa Scott's mom was talking to him, and he lost his anchor. His anchor was what's that girl named Allison, and she was his anchor because she allowed him to transform back into his human state, or Pain would, but his anchor was her, and he didn't have her anymore. So his mom said, you have to be your own anchor. You have to be your own foundation. You can't have somebody else be the foundation for you. You have to be the foundation for you. And at the end of the day, when nobody's there, who's going to be there for you? It has to be you. It has to be yourself. And if nobody's cheering you on, you have to say, I'm going to cheer myself on. I support myself. I love what I do. I need to do this because it makes me happy. And you see how people are always around. And this is like a lot of issue with my previous job. And there was a lot of people who was always miserable, and they felt like they couldn't move or go forward or do anything. And at the end of the day, it starts with you completing whatever you need to get done. Even though you're tired, even though you're upset, even though you're feeling so frustrated, you have to keep doing it, because at the end of the day, the results are going to prosper. They're going to be there for you. You can't hope and pray for something to come and not make any action. And a lot of and this reading even comes towards me, because I've had this fear since I had my name changed. I didn't get my social or birth certificate changed because I kept on constantly putting it behind. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this later. I'm gonna do this later. And finally, I quit my job. And I couldn't get another job because I had to change my social. And I had this overwhelming fear that if I went into that social security place, that there were going to be a bunch of people staring at me and I wasn't going to be able to do it and I would just get judged or something along that line. And you know what I realized? Those fears that I had, they weren't even mine. Like, they were mine, but they weren't mine because I made them. They were mine because of what I was always told. Or like, I love my dad, but he always instills fear for some reason, and that shit irritates the fuck out of me because it just rubs on me and it makes me feel fear. And at the end of the day, I gotta realize that the fears that he has are not my own. The fears that I have that I can't control, that's how I know that I'm going in the right direction. Because if it scares me, that means there's something there that's for me. In a general sense, not in the, when you know that you're gonna, if you feel a sense of danger and you just feel like you're getting hurt or something like that. Like, no, that's not what I want to talk about. I'm talking about the fear that's like scaring you away from your dreams or what you want to pursue, what you want to do. That's a fear that you can conquer at any time. And you just have to choose yourself and choose to conquer that fear. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I'm making new cards. Like, the cards I usually use, the index ones, I'm making new cards and I still haven't finished those. I've been putting it off because I haven't had, the motivation or I haven't been able to connect, But, I'm gonna give you some last minute advice before I leave this off, okay? You're gonna get 3 cards. You have the Page of Wands, the Magician, and the Six of Swords, okay? And the Six of Wands and the Page of Swords are in reverse. That's interesting. So you have all that you need. You really do. With the Magician, you have everything you need. It's just implementing how you're moving forward. Especially because the Magician is the second card in the it's the second card in the Arcana, Major Arcana, after the Fool. And the Fool is the leap of faith that you take to run towards it. But you have everything you need. It's just finding your way out through this darkness and having the patience and so you know how that first card that you had a torch, and I think it was the Wands card. I think it was the Knight, but this is the Page. So you have to realize that you need to stop preventing yourself from shining this torch, shining this light, and moving forward. Connect with nature. Do whatever you can that helps you feel more in touch with the divine, your guides, angels, whatever, ancestors, whoever you connect with that helps you feel the most connection. You have to allow yourself to feel that connection. Okay, and I just got a notification from I Am, the affirmation app. And it says, I am put on this world for a purpose, I believe. I kind of read it, but then I kind of, Anyway, that's all for your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. And this is the end. You remember the horn? In that other card, there's a lot of horns and torches. So I think that you need to maybe listen to music, sing, dance, do whatever it is that helps you get into your mood that's flowing for you. But anyway, this is the end of your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. And since I have been gone, there's been some art posted and we reached 88 subscribers. So I just think that's amazing. Amazing. And I know most people don't come here for my readings, but even if you watch, it still makes my day, that you're even tuning into the channel anyway. But thank you for watching. If you need to talk to me or anything, you know my socials are always going to be my socials are always going to be in the description. If you want to donate, they're also there. And I think that's it. That's all I got. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Keep it juicy and koozie, and peace the fuck out.